Hello, my love fam. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the channel. If you're watching this on TikTok, welcome. So, I've been MIA for a little while, but it was for a good cause. For you all, I was working. A while back, I told you all I was a caregiver. And then I think it was like a couple of weeks ago, I did a video on I was making this love bag. And the bag that I was making it was for my sister-in-law mother. I was a caregiver. And so sadly to say, she passed away. January the 14th. And so I was just so heartbroken. The family, my sister-in-law. Please keep my sister-in-law. Please keep my sister-in-law, her entire family in your prayers. She giving her a memorial service on the 31st of this month. So please keep her in prayer, because you all know losing a mother isn't easy. So please keep my sister-in-law and her entire family. Please keep them in prayer. So I just want to hop on here and I just want to share this video. And I titled this video, Glad to Be the Help. Glad to Be the Help. This video is dedicated to her. Her name was Tanya Jones. And this video is dedicated to her because God, I thank God. I said, I'm glad to be the help. I just thank God for, just put me thank my sister-in-law for asking me to be her caregiver. I thank God. I say it all the time. I was glad to be a part of that journey. I was glad to be a part of the journey, while she was battling with cancer. And I just thank God that, that I was her help. I thank God that I was her help. I was there to help and assist her, being her caregiver. It's because, God has taught me so much. He taught me in so much in just that little span of time that, I was helping take care of her, going to doctor visit with her. He taught me so much. And one of the things that God had taught me was my strength. He taught me my strength is because I didn't think, after you have lost a parent, and, my mom, she been gone, like, I think it been like maybe 18 years or more. My mom, she passed away in 2009. And so I didn't think that I was able to help take care of someone again after my mom passing. But I tell you, that first week, God showed me how strong I was. He showed me how strong I was. He showed me, I was able to be there to help her, to assist her, to show her love. And I just say, Lord, you are my strength. I say, you are my strength. There's a song that said, strength like no other. He says, reaches sound to me. Strength like, he said, you are my strength. I think it's by William Murphy. You are my strength. And truly, God showed me that, he was my strength through it all. And so I just thank him. I thank him. That's why I said I'm glad to be the help. I am so glad that I was there on this journey all the way up leading to her death. I was on the journey with her. I just want to thank God. And I just said I'm glad to be the help. And so I'm looking right here. I got my notes so in case I forget anything. Another thing he taught me was when I was helping take care of her, just such a sweet woman. She has such a sense of humor. Like there's not a day that she wouldn't say something that makes you laugh. She just kept me laughing. Even the first week, I remember the first week we was getting ready to go to one of her doctor's visit. And she said, when we get back, Melissa, she said, me, you, and my auntie Belle, she said, we're going to order some chicken. And so I said, Miss Jones, I said, can you eat that? I said, did they give you something healthy to eat? And she was like, they told me I can eat whatever I want. And so still, she kind of knew that I wasn't taking her word. And she was like, ask Todd, that's her daughter, that's my sister-in-law. She was like, ask Todd. So I still wasn't like taking her word, because I'm looking like, why would they tell this woman to eat whatever she want, So then we get to the hospital, we get to the doctor. Sure enough, after the doctor done went over, showed over her her checkup. And so then she asked the doctor, she said, and what you say I could eat? She asked her what you say I could eat. And he's like, you can eat whatever you want. And then she looked at me. She was like, I told you. I'm like, okay. I just was, I'm like, why would y'all tell her she can eat whatever she wants? I'm thinking like, you going through this, you battling with cancer. I'm thinking that they gave her like a healthy diet to eat, but And so, but I just thank God. I just thank God that, the sense of humor that she had. Here it is, a woman, she was battling cancer, but she still enjoyed life. Like what I saw in her, I saw a strong woman still enjoying life. She didn't let cancer defeat her. She was still like doing things that she liked to do, eating what she liked to eat. She did not let cancer get her down. And that's what I loved about her, because I have seen other people that they battle with cancer and they weren't able to do the things that they used to do. But here she was still doing things that she loved to do. And so I just thank God. I just thank God for showing me my strength, showing me my strength through her, and then showing me her strength. I just thank God. So I really truly believe that, I impacted her life and she impacted my life, because after her passing, I was just like, God, I was a little heartbroken, because my wish, to be honest, my wish was for her. I kept telling God, Lord, I want to see her ring that bell. I want to see her ring that bell. And so God had other plans. God had other plans. And just because she didn't ring the bell in the natural, but in the spiritual. And I just thank God that after her death, I thank God that after her death, he showed me in a vision. And the last time he gave me a vision like this, I might have shared this before, one of my videos after my mom passed, and how God revealed to me that my mother was with him. He showed me in the vision, and it was like, at first I saw like these wings. I saw all of these wings, like real wings. They was like flying up, like going up and down. And then I saw this person, and she was so young. It was like my mother when she was young. And I saw that, and I ran out the room. I told my brother, and it was like, what's wrong? I told him, and I said, I just saw mom. And it was like, what did you see? And I showed them, and it was like, basically God was letting me know, like, she's with me, like she is with me. So the same thing here with her, Miss Jones, my sister and my mother, I was taking care of. I was laying in the bed. I was listening to this music, this worship music, and he just showed me a vision. It went like this. He showed me a vision, and the vision he showed me was, I saw these wings. They was going up and down, and then I saw this woman. She had on all white. And how did I know it was her? How did I know it was her? Her smile. It's the smile this look she give. And that's when I knew it was her. I was like, that's Miss Jones. I was like, that's her. And so all I can do, I was just crying. I just started crying, and my twin girls, they was like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I saw her. I was like, God just showed me a vision. He just showed me a vision of Miss Jones, kind of like when my mother passed, let me know like she's with me, like she with me. And so it gave me peace. And so when I woke up the next morning, and I just still, about what I saw. And then he just kept showing me, my sister-in-law. And I'm like, Lord, you want me to share it with her. So he wanted me to, so I shared it with my sister-in-law, to give her peace. Like God showed me, like she's with me, And he showed me, when I saw her, he explained to me, he was like, doing her transition, she was a little scared. She was a little scared doing her transition, but he was like, she made it to the light. And that just brought me joy. It's because he did not have to show me that, but every now and then God, he shows me things to let me know, to give me peace, and let me know, this is me, don't, because I'm taking it that maybe he really showed me, because he know my prayers was, I went on a fast twice. Like I went on a 3-day fast twice, praying for her healing, for God to heal her. But God has other plans, because as I said before, when my mom passed, he can he can either heal them or he can carry them home, and that's what she chose to do, to carry her home. And so I believe the vision that he was showing me, to give me peace, like, don't be mad, don't be upset, she's not suffering anymore. And so it gave me peace. And so, like I said, like I was just so thankful. I'm so thankful and grateful that I was on this journey with her. And the last day, the day she passed, I wasn't there when I was there that morning. I was there that morning, but I think she passed that evening. So early that morning, God woke me up at 7 o'clock. He woke me up at 7 o'clock. I usually don't like get up there early. Sometimes usually up like 8 or 9. He woke me up at 7 and he was like, get up, go to the hospital. And so he was like, go to the hospital because the family, they, the family, the family, they come and they see her. He was like, the family might need to be relieved. They can rotate. Somebody can go get some rest while you go in and you sit with her. And so I said, okay, Lord. So I got up. I texted my sister-in-law first, and then she told me, she was like, oh, thank you, because she was like, I had something to do. Then when I got there, her brother was there, and then he was like, oh, thank you. He was like, oh, thank you, because I was tired. And so then I just sat there with her. I sat there with her. I read scriptures. I held her hand. I sung songs to her. And so then I had to leave. I had to leave because my brother had called me. I had to leave. And so then before I left, I gave her a kiss on the forehead, not knowing that's going to be my last time seeing her. I gave her a kiss on the forehead and I said, see you later, Miss Johnson. Miss Jones, that's Melissa. I'll see you later. And I was like, I love you. And I gave her a kiss on the forehead and then I left. And so later on that evening, my sister-in-law texted me and told me to let my family know. And so then my brother told me, because I didn't know that she had passed. And so when she said to let the family know, I thought she just wanted me to let the family know that she was in hospice care. I didn't know she had passed. And so then my brother told me, he was like, yes, she passed. And so I was a little saddened. But I know that, when after my mom passed, God, he explained to let me know, like, he can heal them or he can take them home. And so when you have loved ones, and whether they sick, they in hospice care, whatever it is, even though we praying and we want them to stay. And the way God told me with my mother, he told me because it was like I didn't want my mother to leave. And God told me, he said, you don't know, you didn't know the pain and suffering she was going through, Melissa, you didn't know the pain and suffering she was going through. And so sometimes we want our loved ones here, we want them to stay, and God can choose that he can heal them. It's up to him, he's in control. It's up to him. If he see, I'm gonna do another healing on them, or he can say, they suffered enough, I'm gonna take them home. God has the final say. He has the final say. And so we can't get mad with his decision. We can't get mad with his decision when he has the final say. He is in control. And so to anyone, if you're caring for a loved one, whether you're a teacher, you're a doctor, lawyer, you care for anyone, or you helping assist taking care of anyone, be glad to be the help. Be glad to be someone help, because you never know. Kindness goes a long way. You know what the Lord told me? Love and kindness goes a long way. You never know how you might impact their life, or they might impact your life just by you helping them, taking care of them. You just never know. So if you have a loved one, be there for them. Be there for them. I was watching the other day, and I hope she come across this video. This Glow. If you come across this video, I watched your video and how you were saying you with your sister. I'm praying for your sister. I'm praying for you and your sister, and to know that what you doing, that's good what you're doing. You will be rewarded. You will be rewarded for just being there. Just being there with your sister right now at this moment. I believe the Lord just wants you to be there with her. Just be there. just be her support. Just whatever it is, if it's just sitting there praying with her, just sitting there singing songs to her, just talking to her, just be there. Just be glad to be the help. Be glad to be the help, because that's how I felt. I was just glad to be the help. Be glad to be on that journey with them, whatever it is they may be going through, because you never know what they might be feeling. They might be scared, they might be afraid, but by your presence being there, it gives them peace. So Miss Glow Glow, if you come across this video, I just love what you're doing with your sister. I'm praying for your sister, and I'm praying that God continue to strengthen you. So I was just watching the video last night, and I'm looking like, I understand what you're going through. I know how you feel. You feel emotional sometimes, but I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, and God is strength. He's going to strengthen you, and God has the final say with your sister. Don't worry. Right now, just be there. Just be there with her. Be there with her on this journey. Be glad to be the help. And I didn't think I was going to be able to get this video out. It was so much going on, but I'm like, I got to get that video out. After watching your video, Miss Glow Glow video last night, I'm like, God, I got to get this video out, because you never know who might be going through something, who might be dealing with something, they loved one might be sick, might be in the hospital, and sharing my story, sharing my story, you never know, it might help them, might encourage them. But right now, whatever it is, you have a loved one, a family member, be there. Be glad to be the help. Glad to be the help. Or if you're a teacher, you have a student, be glad to be the help. If you're a doctor, be glad to be the help. Whatever on your job title is, be glad to be the help, because you never know what that person might be going through, what they might be dealing with. And just your words of encouragement just goes a long way. So just be glad to be the help. So yes, just be glad to be the help. And I just want to say this. If you have a loved one or a family member, they sick or need ill, if God leads you to go on a fast, be obedient. Go on a fast. Go on a fast. God led me to go, I think it was like the first or second week. I think it was right, I'm trying to think. I think when she's finna do her chemo treatment, God led me to go on a fast. And so I went on a 3-day fast. And then I think leading up prior to the week, before they put her in hospice care, I went on another fast. And so if God is leading you to go on a fast for your loved one, be obedient. Be obedient. Go on a fast, because you never know. Your prayers, and that might be what they need. They might mean what they need, because they might not be able to pray, but by you interceding on their behalf, you praying and you fasting, that's going to be the help that they need, to get them through. And so I just thank God for being me, being obedient, leading me to do a fast. I did it twice. I think it was the week when she went on chemo, and then I did it again prior to when they was going to put her in hospice care. I went on another fast. So I just want to encourage you, if God leads you to go on a fast for your loved one, be obedient. Go on a fast. I didn't wait to say, I got to talk to my pastor and see, can I go on? I did it. It's because this ain't the first time I did this. I did it before. And so I was obedient, and I went on a fast, So, and God got the final say. God got the final say. He got the final say. And so, I don't want to make this a long video. It's because I'm recording from my phone, and so my little storage. And so, but I pray that this video bless somebody on today. Be glad to be the help. Be glad to be the help. I'm glad that I was her help. I was her caregiver. She impacted my life. And so some days I just sit and think about something funny she said, like we on the way to doctor, something she said, and I just go to laughing. But I know, and God's like, she's not suffering no more. She's not in pain anymore. Heaven, may she rest in heaven, So as I get ready to end this video, share this video with a loved one, to encourage them. They might have someone that you know that's going through something similar to, you know, what story I just shared, and it might help them, encourage them on today. But I pray that you all was blessed by this video. Until next time, it's your girl Melissa. God bless.